Jake Paul, Mike Tyson happens around a month ago. The Sun says, I want something like this. I want to do something like this. I want something big. They're doing it in Saudi Arabia. They're doing it all over the place. I want something big in India. On Saturday, at the post-fight press conference in Tampa, Dana White alluded to the fact that he had something in the works, something big up his sleeve for 2025.
I have no issue with this fight for a few reasons. Number one, obviously, I don't think he's ready to be back in the UFC. I think he will get his ass kicked thoroughly.
The story of Conor McGregor and Jake Paul just got more interesting. Before Jake even joined the conversation, McGregor had already hinted at a fight with Logan Paul. The Irish fighter claimed he was in talks with the Amani family to arrange a match with Logan. "I've agreed," McGregor famously wrote, showing his intent to step into the boxing ring before returning to MMA. Critics, like AKA's Javier Mendez, questioned McGregor's choice, saying he picked the wrong Paul brother. Now, it seems the situation has changed. While Logan hasn't gained the same fame in combat sports as his younger brother Jake, he's no stranger to fighting. Logan's most recent boxing match was in 2023 against Dylan Dennis, a teammate of McGregor. However, Logan's win caused controversy because it came via disqualification. Just when it seemed Logan was set for a career-defining fight against the former UFC double champion, his younger brother Jake swooped in and stole the spotlight, securing the high-profile bout for himself.
Thoughts on Tyson, Jake Paul? Who gives a bollocks?
Nobody gives a bollocks.
No one gives a fuck about him.
Nobody gives a fuck about that lad.
I hope Mike rattles that little dope.
I hope Tyson fucking cracks that lad.
How was that even in the fucking Dallas Stadium?
How the fuck did they even get a stadium?
This is Mike Tyson Kush, yes?
This is Tyson Weed. Tyson Weed.
There's no one doing it like me. Nobody.
I'm still the fucking king of this shit, right? I'm the king of this shit, right?
Salvador Rodriguez, a well-known ESPN reporter, shared some big news about Conor McGregor and Jake Paul. He posted pictures of the two fighters and wrote, "Sources: Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor is being discussed for July, August, or September 2025 in India." McGregor also hinted at the fight with just 3 letters: TKO. This new detail helps clarify the timeline. UFC President Dana White had previously said McGregor's return to the octagon would likely be in late 2025, and now it makes sense. McGregor's schedule seems to include a boxing match against Jake Paul in India. But there's a twist. Jake Paul once criticized McGregor for choosing to fight his older brother Logan instead of him. Want to know more? Let's dive into the story.
Boxing Media Hub here, just a quick one, just come in. Conor McGregor versus Jake Paul, reportedly on the table for between July to September in India next year. Jake Paul and not Logan. Let me know your thoughts.
After rumors surfaced about a possible fight between Logan Paul and Conor McGregor, Jake Paul shared his thoughts on X, formerly Twitter. He stated, "Now it all makes sense why Conor McGregor and his team have been desperately trying to get MVP to negotiate a fight between us. As we told them privately, and I'm now saying it publicly, the only way we'll consider me versus Conor in a boxing or MMA fight is if Dana White and the UFC are directly involved or give their approval." Jake didn't hold back in criticizing McGregor, calling him washed and claiming the Paul brothers didn't need him. He added that Logan could beat McGregor any way he wanted. Still, it seems Jake has his eyes set on a showdown with the Irish fighter for himself. Fans are eager to see what happens next, especially as McGregor prepares for his UFC return. With just 2 fights left on his UFC contract, he's expected to wrap up his MMA career by 2025. But before then, McGregor has made waves by announcing plans to box Logan Paul in India. Meanwhile, whispers of an even bigger fight against Jake Paul are building excitement. If it happens, it could be one of the most talked about matches in combat sports.
Could this be one of the biggest fights we could ever see? Conor McGregor versus Jake Paul is reportedly on the table for July-September time in India. This fight could be one of the biggest and best build-ups, best fights in terms of entertainment ever. Conor McGregor versus Jake Paul as a boxing match? No, they're not great boxers. But as a build-up and entertainment, this could be amazing. Conor McGregor, Jake Paul, very similar personalities, and I think they'll clash well. But the thing is, the reason why this fight wouldn't happen is because Conor McGregor is contracted to the UFC for another 2 more fights. Unless that's why they're going to India and it's going to be like an exhibition, not a pro fight. Because obviously, because of the UFC clause. But I've seen Logan Paul, Conor McGregor. Man, it would be crazy if this fight did happen. And over in India.